Hey everyone, this is a video about how I've organised my copy of Gloomhaven. I will say straight up that this is not as compact as some of the off-the-shelf organisers you can buy, such as the Meeple Town or I forget the name of the other one. Problem being, all of my stuff does not fit back in the original box. However, I do think there are a lot more advantages in the setup and teardown times with some of the methods that I've used for organising it. So I just want to do a short video on how I've done it, and I'll take you through each part of it now. We'll start with the box itself. Now, most of the box, well, half of the box has actually gone a little bit unused. I've got a file in here I'll show you in a minute. Firstly, we've got the map. Now I've only barely scratched the surface, so I've only unlocked a couple of locations so far on my map. I've just cut up the dividers which actually came with the packing of the game to keep it all nice and neat in the top here. Now looking in the box itself, it's all fairly neat here. Still got the character boxes all in their original spot. We've got some pencils, the turn counter, all the class boxes are still there. Most of the game cards have been sleeved up. These are the personal quests. I'll go through each of these. Also, we've got the these are the road and city events. Not all are sleeved, only the ones that are active. There's some inactive cards which we add during the course of the game. That's those there, they're unsleeved at the moment. Going further back, we've got the random dungeon decks. These all do fit into the original case or the original plastic moulding which is inside the box. Further down here, I don't know if you can see in the camera, but we've got the battle goals and the random scenario deck. I didn't bother sleeving that one. Moving along, we've got a big stack of the combat modifiers. So we've got 4 combat modifiers for modifier decks for each player, all sleeved. They also fit nicely in the original box. And then there is the assortment of extra modifiers that are used throughout the game as you add to the decks or your monsters decks during play. Spot in the side for the experience and health counters, plus I've just got some spare sleeves, and I use these post-it notes to obscure parts of the scenario book so that we don't accidentally spoil things as we go. So that's basically all I keep in the box. But one thing to maybe make note of is most of these components, other than the decks, you don't often use that much during a scenario. It's more in the setup and the town play. So hence most of this stuff can stay away out of the way while you're actually playing. So leads me on to box 2. We've got this nice little binder here which I got at Officeworks, and we've got a few items inside. This idea I got off I forget who I got it off, the guy that blinged out his Gloomhaven. He had this idea of keeping the monster sleeves in a CD wallet. Really good idea. It makes finding them really quick when we're playing. Also it fits really nicely in this case. We also have all of the various tokens, standees, traps, dice and so on. I don't use the hit dice, they're a bit cumbersome, so we use I use the hit tokens. We use normal dice for hit points for the monsters. Going in further again, we have a little insert which contains all of the map tiles which has been sorted all nicely. Really easy to find in this nice little insert. An extra one, we printed out the quick rules or the quick summary online in a nice little flip binder. Really good resource, this one, if you're looking up something on the fly. It's actually quite a bit quicker to find it in in this reference guide than it is in the actual manual. Speaking of which, we have the scenario book just in here. The post-it notes I talked about before are actually used to obscure certain parts of the dungeon so that the players don't know what they're up against until they actually open the door. So it was a nice little way of doing it. Also in the box we've got the removable sticker set. I thought I'd throw a few dollars to the Sinister Fish guys because I'm not a big fan of permanently changing or permanently marking the game. So yep, all the stickers we'll use will be from that. Move that out of the way. Now we've got two files from here. One we've got a town file and one we've got a scenario file. So firstly the town one, we've got our party sheets and we've got our town records, which is still sealed, plus this whatever this decoder thing is. I don't know what we need that for yet. So flipping through here, we've got the sealed envelopes, which we haven't encountered as yet. And then we've got the shop items as well. So page 1 being prosperity level 1 items. All the rest of them are so far obscured because we haven't progressed very far through the campaign yet. So all the way up to prosperity level 9 items. Then there's a bunch of other items. I'm not sure what they were from. I suppose you unlock them during the course of scenarios. And then we have random items. Okay, so that's our town file. When you're not in town, don't need the file, so we get that out of the way as well. This is the big one. So this is the scenario binder. In the front we've got all of the monster decks. There's 8 cards in each monster deck. Having them in a binder is super fast for finding them. Maybe it's worth noting, when you're encountering any monsters, you need basically 3 things. You need to find the monster card out of the city wallet, you need to find the monster deck, and you need to find each standee for the monster. So if you're using them all in the old or the original box, it can be quite cumbersome to find. So flipping through here is a massive time saver. So we've got all the standees organised. Well, really in no particular order. I sort of started with humanoids and then we get into elementals and strange stuff and then bosses. Alright, so that's all the monsters, and then we've got the hex overlays. So once again, you want to find these really quickly when you're building your scenario up. There was a guide from Board Game Geek which went through all the different types of sleeves you would need to buy if you wanted to organize them in this way. These sleeves here are POG sleeves, or from collector coins, I believe. I don't have any POGs anymore, but I do have the sleeves now. One complaint is that you might have seen these are a little bit slippery, so particularly the single tile ones, you do have to be a little bit careful with these falling out the top. Other than that, it's really sweet for finding the monsters on the fly. The last thing I can't show you because is on my phone, but something to make the game a little bit more interesting, or a little bit more ambient, I suppose, is I've got an app on my phone which I'll link to you, and we've included a whole bunch of mood music. So we've got town music, we've got fight, intense combat type stuff, we've got spooky dungeon music, we've got music for when you're going shopping, all these different sort of situations that your party would be in, and the idea is that we'll quickly hit play on the soundboard when we encounter those different scenarios, and just to add a little bit of mood to it. We're trialing that out next time, so we'll see how that goes. Other than that, really happy with the way that I've organised the game. Most of the tips I did get online, other than this fucking sick binder, which came from Officeworks, and it's just so cool because it fits all the map tiles, plus a couple of my rule books, but more importantly, these two things, bam, just straight in there, straight in the front, and that's just like so cool. And then, you know, you can take that with you if you want to travel with it. And yeah, really that's it. So thanks for watching. Looking forward to playing more Gloomhaven, and yeah, we'll see you around.